Tonight on ESGN TV, we talk about WCS Challenger in Code A that happened in the past 24 hours. Monte Cristo sits with Susie Kim to reflect on his year in the state of League of Legends. And we cover all of the action on Call of Duty player moves and MLG's Invitational. Buckle your seatbelts, the daily news starts now. Hello from Studio 1 in Babelsberg, Dan Cho reporting in for another day of exciting news in the esports industry. Tonight is January 23rd, and on this day last year, MC and Curious advanced to the round of 16 in GSL Code S. That's your esports fact. Also in 1986, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducts their first members, including Elvis Presley, Ray Charles, and James Brown. Starting off on the top of the show, Blizzard has filed lawsuit against Chinese company Unico over the mobile game Legend of the Crouching Dragon, which was revealed back in October 2013. LOCD has striking similarities to the core design to the card gameplay. Blizzard is filing for $1.65 million in damages and motioning for a shutdown in the action to protect their intellectual property rights. Back at BlizzCon, Mike Morhaime, CEO of Blizzard, even acknowledged that there would be action taken as the company was well aware of the cloned ripoff. Hearthstone is now officially in open beta, meaning anybody can have access, maybe not Unico. All you have to do is go to Battle.net to download the game. Blizzard's WCS Challenger League has been in full swing. WCS NA continued off their strong start to the year with Day 2 featuring players like Minigun, Puck, Jim, Sage, and more. Like yesterday, Challenger League's promotion is now a best of 5 where the winner moves on to Premier and the loser waits for next season. Our first highlighted story of tonight is Bomber, a fan favorite, fresh off of his switch from Korea to America. And although Bomber comes in as a heavy favorite against whoever he faces, as we saw on the previous day, no Korean's victory is 100% assured, especially against the Chinese Titan, Jim Credible.
Here we go. Phoenixes or Vikings, Ben?
It's hard to say, but it looks like the Colossi are going to just disintegrate. And with no Colossi, I think Jim has no chance.
Colossus coming in, though.
Oh, man, but the entire ground army is gone. Maybe with the greatest force fields in the world, but the Phoenixes do not stand up to the Vikings. I mean, eventually they'll win the air battle, but unfortunately the Colossi have been killed. And the reason that goes so well for Bomber.
Bomber sweeps Jim 3-0 and enters the Premier League as a virtual lock-in contender for the NA region. Our second story for tonight is a hometown hero, Chad Minigun Jones, who has been relatively quiet, although still winning online matches from time to time. With fellow NA stars Huck, Desro, Scarlet, and Major already in Premier, it only feels right that Minigun would join them. But he would have to take down Clarity's Saravati first.
Try to take it as an opportunity.
The Stalkers are not that strong, Ben. Those are going to melt against those Immortals.
And so many more Archons, though, for Saravati. Does he have what it takes to turn the tide in this battle? Tempest way too far back. That's going to let this Colossus rain down. And finally, Saravati's getting a pretty good fight. The Immortals completely exposed.
No, this
but
is
there's
okay
just
for Minigun,
not enough. Minigun is going to prevail. Got so many hit points on those Immortals.
The
They're
Immortals
so hard to
do
kill.
not die.
Taking a look at the full results, as you can see, Minigun defeated Saravati 3-1. Haas also takes out Sage. Alicia defeats Courage. Arthur defeats Asonu. Hope I'm saying that right. And Bomber defeats Jim, like you saw. And Puck defeats Ian 3-1. Over in WCS EU, Challenger League has been hotly contested between the European players. Every player entered their match with a strong desire to compete in the Premier League. One of them was Slivka, who hasn't missed a WCS Europe Premier spot ever. Will he climb back once again, or will a longtime veteran Dystar stop him?
But the Lings coming in to try to surround a good pickup in the medevac, as Dystar is going to try to move on home, but Slivko just has an overwhelming amount of units. The wall is down. The Banelings pushing forward. The Mines need some really good hits, and they get the hits they need, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, as Slivko is still doubling the supply of his Terran opponent.
Congrats to Slivko as he takes the series 3-1. He joins fellow Zergs Vortex, Nurchio, Targa, Firecake, and Starbuck. Good luck in Premier. And as you heard last week in an interview, Grubby, a player that many fans want to succeed, was a bit nervous about his WCS Challenger Series, as one best-of-5 determines it all for this season. His opponent would be SLH, who qualified by beating players like the new XMG Protosses, Sokka, and Lil Bo.
Mothership Core is finally here for SLH. One of the Colossi so close to dying here, not quite dead just yet though. And the focus star of the Tempest is not ideal, but Grubby comes into the fight with 2 more Colossi coming in from behind. He actually has a Colossus advantage 9-6 now, and SLH is forced to retreat.
Those Tempest shots getting mighty strong. Another Colossus is going to go down. This is giving Grubby a massive lead, 9-4. The Colossi just dealing so much damage, and this is where Grubby can take it. SLH's supply plummeting. Grubby looking good, although the gateway support is vanishing. He does have some more gateway units down the back, but is not utilizing them yet. But the Colossus count monumentally higher for Grubby. SLH down to just 61 supply. GG.
Grubby defeats SLH 3-0, and fellow Protoss players Bling defeats Kratz 3-0, and Lil Bo manages to take out Tefl, the new XMG comer. And as you saw, Slivko takes out Dystar. Let's triangulate our WCS check-in with a quick stop by GSL Code A, as earlier today, groups I and J played in a double elimination group format, similar to Code S and the WCS Premier League. In Group I, Dong Regu clean sweeps his group by defeating Hack and Sora easily 4-0. Sora ended up taking the second place in the group over Hack and Reality. And over in Group J, Stats and Supernova advanced over Coca and the Best. Now, despite the madness of WCS Europe, ESL also continued their brutal qualification process for their upcoming IEM Cologne event. Like we mentioned before, the Korea qualifier had Rain, Classic, Cure, and Curious go through the Asia qualifier, as notable players like Liquid Hero, Sulky, and Parting fell in the late stages of the brackets. The Chinese qualifier had some interesting results. Cloud, Xiaoju, XY, and Into the Wind advanced to the next stage. But at the end of the Asia qualifiers, it was SKT1 teammates Classic and Rain who would clinch seeds for Cologne by defeating players like world finalists from 2013, SOS and Jaedong. They'll be traveling to Germany in mid-February along with Mana, Hero Marine, Polt, QXC, 4GG, and Jakchi. Let's take a look at the StarCraft 2 calendar for the upcoming days. Don't forget that WCS EU not only goes on today, but also tomorrow. But then next week, we have the continuation of WCS NA. Also for GSL, we have January 24th, Group L, and Group K the following night. And also Pro League. I almost forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. We have a bunch of more cool Pro League action from Kespa, including Samsung Galaxy versus MVP, followed by Prime and Jin Air Green Wings. Lots of cool action. I encourage you to watch it at twitch.tv/SC2 Pro League. After the break, we talk about general good news in League of Legends, and Susie Kim sits down with Monte Cristo in a preview to the OGN Finals. Daily News with Frodan will be right back. Welcome back to the Daily News. As if Razer wasn't sponsoring a little of everything already in esports, Razer will now serve as the official tournament sponsor for League of Legends at all Insomnia festivals in 2014. The sponsorship comes as part of a year-long partnership between Razer and Multiplay, the organizer of the UK's largest gaming festivals. The sponsorship guarantees some of the year's largest prize pools for League of Legends in the UK. Craig Fletcher, CEO and founder of Multiplay, says, quote, "After an incredible 2013, we were determined to raise our game further still in 2014, and we couldn't be happier to be partnering with Razer for every Insomnia Festival in 2014. Razer's energy, drive, and strong brand resonates with our customers, and this partnership allows us to further expand our plans for another fantastic year ahead." If you want more information, visit insomniagamingfestival.com, where you can check out all the updates on the events. Recently, On Gamers released an article talking to Riot Games Vice President of Esports, Dustin Beck, and Coca Cola's Head of Gaming, Matt Wolf. They discussed the partnership between Coke and Riot Games at the Digital Life Design Conference in Munich, Germany this week. Wolf said that Coca Cola decided to partner with Riot Games instead of leagues like MLG and ESL because Coke wants to get closer to the makers of the content as well as the players themselves. The League of Legends and Riot's tournament series has a higher viewership than the Super Bowl for men between the ages of 17 to 30, which is exactly the demographic Coca Cola looks for. With this partnership, Coke Zero hopes to help give amateur players the opportunity to go pro. This partnership should last for a long time too, since Dustin Peck, the VP of eSports at Riot, doesn't see League of Legends falling out of favor anytime soon, and should be around for decades to come. The full interview and breakdown can be found at ongamers.com, the premium source of journalism content in esports. Riot recently announced that the champion Yasuo will be disabled for Week 2 for both NA and EU LCS series. Yasuo is not the first champion to be banned. Rengar was also disabled for the first week of LCS 2014, but is available once again for Week 2. Why do you ask? Well, our partners at GameFi will tell you all the details.
Riot has been releasing new champions one after the other recently, and Yasuo, the latest Swordmaster, has attracted loads of fans. However, after the discovery of a game-breaking bug, Yasuo has been momentarily taken offline on the US server until the problem can be resolved. In a message from the official LoL forum, Riot explained the current state of Yasuo. Due to a bug where Yasuo's last breath ability can cause enemy champions to not be able to move, we are temporarily disabling Yasuo while we work on a fix to address this issue. We will keep you updated as we work on this bug, and we do apologise for the disruption. Until now, there has been no further update from Riot as to when Yasuo will be made playable again on US servers. However, there is no reported problems with Yasuo on European and Chinese servers.
All right, well, thanks for that update, GameFi. They'll be on break this week celebrating Chinese New Year, but you can catch all of their VODs at gamefi.cn. I'm personally glad Yasuo was disabled for my solo queue adventures as well. In team news, Coach Necro of the Brazilian League of Legends team Pain Gaming was officially dismissed from the team after almost an entire year with the organization. Pain Gaming has won several events, even taking home first place at the Riot Season 3 Brazilian Championship. According to the manager of Pain Gaming, Necro was released due to divergence of interests with management. Their manager also stated that he hopes that this does not affect their performance in future tournaments. Now, that's all we have, but if you want to keep tabs on the team, follow them at Pain Gaming on Twitter or Pain Gaming BR on Facebook. Now, at the top of the show, we mentioned ESL will be holding their IEM Cologne event, but don't forget that their upcoming Sao Paulo tournament will be at the end of this month for both StarCraft 2 and League of Legends. The action will all begin on January 28th, and if you want more information, you can head over to intelextrememasters.com. Don't forget that this Friday is also the OGN Pandora Champions League finals between SK Telecom T1K and Samsung Galaxy Ozone. It should be an epic battle as T1K has not lost a single map all tournament long. You can watch the English broadcast at twitch.tv/OnGameNet, where you'll find Doa and Monte Cristo. And our correspondent Susie Kim from Korea had an opportunity to sit down with Monte the other day to chat about his 2013 year and preview 2014.
Hi, this is Susie Kim with ESGN TV, and today I'm sitting here with Christopher Michaels, otherwise known as Monte Cristo. Hey Monty, how are you doing today?
Fantastic, how are you?
Good. Can you just tell our audience a little bit about what you do and what is your position here in Korea?
I'm a League of Legends analyst. I'm a freelancer with OnGameNet for LOL Champions, the main tournament here in Korea. I also have my own show, Rift Review, with Machinima Versus, and I co-own GG Chronicle, and I do a bunch of stuff, really.
Okay. Well, 2013 has been quite a year for you. Can you kind of give us a year in review with OGN and the other things that you do? Briefly, I know you've been doing a lot, but if you can
yeah, it's been fantastic. We're currently in the third season of Champions for this year, and it's all going quite well. I was at the League of Legends World Championships as well, working with Riot on the analyst desk there, and it's just been fantastic. I mean, really, League of Legends rise has been meteoric, so it's been a pleasure.
What would you say are some of your most memorable moments?
Honestly, I think my favorite single moment, as great as the World Championship was the Champions Summer Final for OGN here in Korea, just because it was really a confluence of factors. I mean, not only were the games the best, in my opinion, and of course I really love League of Legends, so seeing the best games of 2013 was a pleasure. But the getting caught in the rain at the beginning and having to try and cast in those circumstances when we had our monitors bagged with plastic, and Doe and I are just standing there trying to wipe the rain off the plastic so we can see the game to cast it, just constantly smearing it, trying to talk at the same time and figure out what the hell is going on, and then after that just casting totally soaked. It really was quite invigorating, and it was great. Yeah,
for those of you guys who don't know, it just happened to rain for it was like a 10-minute rain shower.
It was a total downpour, though. I mean,
it was a 10-minute downpour, and then it cleared up, and it was fine after that. And the thing is, the rest of the country, no one else got rain except for that little area.
Yeah, not even in Seoul, like very few other parts of Seoul.
So that was, I could see why that was a very memorable time for you. Heading into 2014. As for the future of esports, what do you think is missing from esports, and what do you think we can do to head towards a more finely tuned or more professional?
I think that quality written content is lacking, and obviously that's part of my goal with my site, GG Chronicle, is to provide more professionally edited and professionally written content. And then I think what ESGN is doing in terms of creating a professional kind of esports news network is extremely important as well, so that people have a chance to see the big picture about what's going on in esports, and the more shows that come out of that, the better.
And are you personally, aside from esports, looking forward to anything in 2014?
I don't know, maybe I'll actually get to take a vacation at some point, considering I don't really get breaks between coaching and casting. That'd be good. A vacation somewhere. I want to go to Mongolia.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I want to go ride horses on the Mongolian steppes. Maybe I'll get to do that this year.
Okay. Well, I hope you do. Well, thank you very much for being here with me and having this interview. And that will be all for today. This has been Susie Kim with ESGN TV.
I hope you get a break too, Monty. Follow Monty on Twitter at GGC Monte Cristo. That GGC, of course, is for GG Chronicle, which also is that site he mentioned in his interview. Now, Monty's also a really good person to follow because he doesn't pull punches on Twitter and definitely keep track of everything that's going on. And as we mentioned, the finals will be on January 25th, which isn't listed on the calendar, but definitely mark it down for your own stuff. Also taking a look at the upcoming events. As you know, EU LCS is currently ongoing, so pull up another tab at twitch.tv/Riot Games if you haven't already. Or if you missed them, you can visit at lolesports.com. All throughout the weekend, more matches will be happening for EU. Will anyone take down Fnatic? Or will Alliance win their first match? Anything can happen. Once again, check out lolesports.com. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we take a look around the Dota 2 scene and update you on all the latest Call of Duty happenings as well. The Daily News returns right after this. Welcome back to the Daily News. The first season of Join Dota's League is now live. As we had Holy Master in-house last week promoting the tournament, it seems like the JDL is off to a great start. The schedule of all play days and matches is now available on their site. A grand total of 2,572 teams signed up for the league, which will be divided into 3 divisions and 148 groups. The European League alone has over 1,250 teams. Germany forming the majority of those with over 250 teams, followed by Sweden and UK with a little over 100 each. Both the American and Asian leagues have a combined 1,200 teams, making the field incredibly competitive across all parts of the globe. All competitors of Join Dota League will be fighting for prizes determined by the community. 100% of the earnings made from the $3 tickets sold for Dota TV will go to the prize pool, but there's a guaranteed minimum of $5,000 of prizes. For more information on the league, check out joindota.com. Yesterday in the CIS Carnage tournament, Virtus Pro was playing Power Rangers, but we said we didn't want to spoil the matches as they were happening. Tonight, since it's over, why not show you a few of the deciding moments of the series?
The smoke would be best, but that's not going to be the case as we see the gank attempt going to be sought out from behind. Crystal Maiden already down. They're going to manage to get the Enigma, but there's a disruption. Jodam coming up. I don't know that it's going to matter all that much. Trying to heal up God. The Aphotic Shield tanking through some of that damage. Can they catch him? It's going to be one more auto. Oh, very nice Astral Imprisonment, but only delaying the inevitable. Bought enough time to get the ulti off. Let's see if Smile and Jodam can manage to capitalize. F-God will be the return kill. Not exactly an even trade yet. J4 going to be tough to track down as he went boots first. Is going to be tracked. Eats the Shuriken toss. No ranged attacks, though. Can they catch him? Oh, what an arrow! Coming from the north, and Moon leaping on top of Smile. What a play! They've made up so much ground. Moon going to be caught with the Scythe of Ice, see if they can manage to chase him down. BKB's going to be popped on ZXC. Manages to get a two-man black hole. There's the freezing field on the back of it, though. The damage just isn't there to follow it up. J4's now down. ZXC, GG. Yep, that was their best chance, and we saw immediately. No way for them to keep that alive. God just a bit too large, and as the Ancient blows, a tremendous comeback out of Virtus Pro, and really, I don't think they could be happy.
Nice job by Virtus Pro. Great comeback indeed, who will move on to the finals. Power Rangers thus will face Rock's Kiss today. And if you want more information, head over to CIS-Carnage.com. Our last bit of Dota 2 news for today, Valve is releasing a patch in honor of Chinese New Year's. Our partner GameFi was ecstatic about it and sent us this report.
The Chinese New Year is coming up, and Valve is going to give all Dota 2 players in China a big surprise. Dota 2 Chinese Spring Festival Mode. Yesterday, Huma, a member of the Dota 2 Chinese translation group, revealed in his Weibo microblog that the Dota 2 Chinese Spring Festival Mode will be available soon. Huma said in his message, "I hope you all like our special new mode for Chinese New Year and the big success of Net Better in China. It is predicted that this new mode will be out for Chinese players in just a few days, and this will surely send Chinese Dota 2 gamers into a frenzy." We also learned that Perfect World Gaming, the official operator of Dota 2 in China, has been discussing some of the issues they've been having with stability on the server of Dota 2, the mismatching of frequency of updates and network conditions in China, and the influence of plugin scripts. According to Huma, "Our meeting with Valve went quite well and covered all our problems now, and hopefully everything will be settled down soon. We believe that Chinese Dota 2 players will certainly enjoy the fruits of Perfect World Gaming and Valve joint effort."
Certainly an exciting time to be a Dota 2 fan, with fun events in the past, such as the Halloween event where Roshan had candy for Halloween. I'm personally excited about what's coming with the Spring Festival. But enough about that. Moving on to the Dota 2 calendar. Don't forget the NSL that's coming up on January 25th between EOT Hammer versus Team Zephyr. And also the CIS Carnage will continue tomorrow night with the teams you see on your screen. Moving on to Call of Duty news, we have more roster chaos. A couple days ago, Proofy from Envy parted ways with his team, and Envy announced on Twitter that Rambo, who moved back into the lineup after Scumpy rejoined Optic, that leaves Merc and Gunjar with competing with Studi as a substitute temporarily. But after their strong performance in the MLG Invitational, Studi became an official member as of today. And with Studi moving into his new team, that means Just Us will look for a fourth for the upcoming COD Championship qualifiers. Now, that actually leads us to our next topic. MLG's Call of Duty Ghost Winter Invitational has finished a few days of play. The tournament had a few delays, but the essence is still there. It's a round-robin style system where every team plays each other twice over a couple of weeks. The top 4 teams will advance to a single elimination bracket to play for a portion of $5,000 prize pool. We have the results from the 22nd and one match from the 20th. Strictly Business was able to take 2 series, one against Optic and Envy. But then Optic would strike back against Curse, who then took a series off of Strictly Business, a weird rock, paper, scissors, if you will. And then Envy was able to take a close series versus Optic. Don't miss any more action. You can watch it exclusively at MLG.tv. Before we finish, let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we have the Wear.com Invitational that's put on by Le Todt, featuring players like J-Dong, Violet, Daishi, and Huck. On Saturday we have the last Zotac NA Cup, number 136. The last opportunity for a lot of players to win some cash on the online scene. On Sunday, we have the CIS Carnage Group B that we just talked about. You can find it casted by ISC on twitch.tv/D2L. On Monday, we have the Kaspersky Arena featuring some of your favorite players like Grubby, Hero Marine, Crass, and Lambo. And finally, on Tuesday, we have NA region for WCS Challenger League, featuring Hyun, Nesty, Cats, and many more players. All information can be found at nsl.tv. Now that's a wrap for the daily news. If you missed part of the show, make sure to log on to ESGN TV to catch up and see our upcoming broadcast. Also, if you have any news you would like to share, send us an email at news@esgn.tv. From Dan Cho and the rest of the crew here at Studio One, thanks for watching. Fight Night is coming up next.